Oh, it's 5 o'clock. So we'll go ahead and call the Board of Public Works meeting for March 1st, 2017 into order. Next, we have the reading and approving of the minets. Do I have a motion to dismiss of the reading and approving of the minutes?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Don't know what that was.
Nobody's been playing with this setting.
That was me. I got bored. Next, we have the payment of the claims. Is there any question on the payment of the claims? And it's actually quite a light month, it seems like, or light 2 weeks.
There's nothing abnormal in there. Did
Yeah.
you guys get your APBs and concerns?
Yeah.
Business as usual.
Yeah. Is there any questions from the public about payment of claims? Any questions or comments from the board? All right, motion to accept the payment of the claims will be in order.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Next, we have the city attorney report. Is there anything to report from our city attorney? Dustin?
The NIPSCO, is that next time?
I don't believe we have the NIPSCO
Yeah.
access agreement.
It was going to be when they showed up, correct?
Yeah, that's correct, because they couldn't make it to this Board of Works meeting, so they're going to show up next time.
Then no, I had nothing.
Okay. All right, next, moving on to old business. We do have the CSX mowing contract. We did contact CSX, the building department, but I have not heard anything back, so I would just keep that tabled and move on to new business. Under new business, we do have Smitty McMusselman's road closure request.
Did you table that again? Did you make a motion or anything? I missed that.
Do we need to make a motion to table it again?
Let's just.
I mean, can we just leave it on the table?
Okay.
Or do we have to?
I was going to say you can leave.
I'm not the best parliamentarian in the world, so.
You'll be fine later.
Okay. We'll just leave it on the table and not take it off.
Okay, thanks. Sorry.
So next we have Smitty McMusselman's road closure request. I do not see anybody from Smitty's in attendance here, but we do get this request. I believe we've been getting this request every year for at least the 2 years we've been on the board. And this is, take a look at, we have, I don't actually see the,
All we have is this.
oh, okay, it's that first one there.
Just the Riverside thing, 17th, 18th.
Gotcha.
So we
Okay.
need some specifics first.
March 17th and 18th. Yes. Really would like a time. I don't recall the times that we approved last year. Did you get any other information about the times?
Email's the only thing that I received. The 17th is actually St. Patrick's Day, and it doesn't say whether they plan on throwing the party all weekend, like Friday or Saturday or not. So I would probably
Right.
do like first thing in the morning on St. Patrick's Day to
If I
later on in the evening on the next day.
Because they're going to have their tent set up, so they're going to need that time, aren't they? Are they setting the tent up?
Honestly, what we've done in the past is that the tent company they don't even pick up on Sunday. So when they requested it closed in the past, it's kind of been an all weekend thing, hasn't it?
Right.
Yeah, it seems like they set it up on a Thursday night and then come and get it in
Yeah.
the morning.
Yeah, because the tent company doesn't pick up on.
Right.
You can go around it and I can call the number here, or you can,
Yeah, because I mean, if that's the case and we're talking about actually closing it Thursday morning to Monday morning, basically, then that's a little bit different from the request. It's another day. If that's what we need to do, I don't,
should I
Yeah,
excuse
we try to give
myself?
her a call.
yeah.
We can go move on and then see if you can get a hold of her.
What do
Okay.
you think, Kristen?
That's fine. I'd rather have specifics
Yeah.
than speculate.
Can you get
Yeah.
the-
All right, so a motion to table Smitty McMusselman's request for road closure would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, next we have Gary Maggart. We have, I don't see Gary in the audience.
He's not here, he sent a letter.
Okay.
And it says, "Attention Board of Works Committee. We, the residents of 451 East 3rd Street and 40 South Lincoln Street, request signage near our residence. The signage being residents parking only due to traffic and parking associated with Smith's Tax Service and East End ice cream businesses. We who occupy both residents are elderly and handicapped. We have given permission to Gary Maggart to represent us. Thanks to anyone who can make this possible for us. Elizabeth Hartworth, George Jackson, and Renda Harmon. Any questions, please contact Gary Maggart."
And what were those addresses one more time?
Those addresses were 451 East 3rd Street and 40 South Lincoln Street.
I know we got some other resident-only signs. Would either the chiefs want to speak to that at all?
I defer to Chief Meeks.
Thank you, sir.
Chief?
To my knowledge, I think the only other residential signage that we have is for Ivy Tech, I
Mhm.
believe. I could be incorrect there. I guess I'd want more information as to what exactly or why they need that. I know we've talked before about wanting to limit these types of requests because you just don't want to have that type of parking throughout the city. And I do feel for these folks, but
Mm-hmm.
I guess without representation here and somebody actually maybe explaining it a little bit better, I would be a little bit hesitant. I know that there's been maybe a little bit of conflict with East End Ice Cream. There's some residents in the area before, but I don't know. I guess I just can't speak to it to say that it'd be a good idea or bad idea at this point without hearing them a little bit further.
Right. Dustin, I don't know, I know this has come up before with the previous council, about signage on public parking, and I don't know, from my recollection, how enforceable signage is like this, but we do have it in other areas.
So I think it'd come down to, is there some type of fine schedule within the ordinances or whatnot to be able to actually enforce it?
I believe previous council said there was a case out of Lafayette that basically said, according to state law, you couldn't restrict public parking to specific people because it's public parking. And that's the kind of the background, at least when I know this come up before. But we, like I said, we do have it in other areas, and I just don't know that it's a suggestion. You know what I mean?
I think Ivy Tech's a little different. They're there for 3 and 4 hours, where to enforce something at the ice cream stand, by the time somebody calls the police and they get them over there, they're already going to have their ice cream and they're going to be on their way out.
The thing about that is the next person's already pulling in.
You're right.
So it's
Yeah.
not like it's 10 minutes and then an hour off. It's constant down there.
Yeah.
I mean, it has worked for Holman down there by Ivy Tech. It does work. I mean, every now and then you'll see somebody park over there, but it's not terrible. But I think in this case, I think it's going to be a little different because of the amount of people that come in at one time,
Mm-hmm.
and they're in and out so fast.
Right.
I don't know if they're going to obey that sign,
Yeah.
even if it sits there.
Yeah, it's like I said, I don't know that this kind of signage is enforceable, really, by law enforcement to say, hey, you can't park here because you're not a resident. And so, like I said, I think it's more of a suggestion, and it might be working on Holman Street. I think with the constant turn in traffic in this area, if you see somebody get their ice cream and walk to their car and pull off, and you're looking for a spot, you're going to pull in there, you're like, oh, that person did it, must be safe.
I'm just sitting here thinking of random businesses around town. You think, like Dr. Zandy's office and where he's at, that's residential. You think about eye physicians on 3rd Street, that's residential. And I think if we open up the floodgate to say we're going to allow only residential parking for one, then we're going to possibly get flooded with several requests like this when they see that you maybe have approved this request.
Mhm.
And
I agree.
do feel for those folks if they're handicapped or they have some issues, I do, but just think we're opening up a can of worms if we were to consider this and pass it, but that's That's just my one personal opinion here.
Your thoughts?
Well, without having anyone to speak to it, I think I would guess that East End is seasonal and Smith's Tax is probably also seasonal, so it wouldn't make sense to have a permanent sign for a seasonal issue. There might be something else that's an alternative that would be more enforceable and more feasible.
Right. Yeah, and for me, it really comes back to the fact that I just don't think that the signs are enforceable at all, given what different council we've had about these types of signs restricting public parking. I know we do have them on Holman, just kind of like the floodgates you talk about open up. We kind of have those opened up a little bit down there. So I guess my inclination is either to pass it or to table it or to deny, really. I don't know how the rest of the board feels on that.
I'm willing, if Mr. Maggart wants to come speak on behalf of it, I'm willing to listen to that. So I'm willing to table it for another 2 weeks and see if they can make it to the next one and speak to it. And if they don't at that point, or there's no other information, then I think we can.
Right.
Maybe in that time we can find out if it's either enforceable or not.
Right.
If it's not, it's
Yeah.
a done deal.
You give a chance for new council to take a look at the issue and get your perspective on it.
Okay.
So, okay. So do I have a motion to table Gary Maggart's request for resident-only signs?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so then motion to table passes.
I have gotten a hold of Jade Hodson,
Jay Thompson?
and she said that it would be okay if we wanted to call her and put her on speaker so that you could ask the questions. I don't know in what order you wanted to do that, or if you wanted to do that.
Trying to think if there's any technical problems with that in an open meeting.
I'm out.
Yeah. I don't think there is, but I know that there's some rules according to that.
I don't think it's okay. I think it's okay as long as she's not a voting member. You're just gathering info.
That's true.
It makes sense.
I'd say it makes sense though, but I'm not 100% sure on that, but yeah.
Right. Is it something that she says she needs
Well, I
now?
mean, she definitely needs it because St. Patrick's Day is the 17th.
Gotcha.
So
So she's not gonna have enough
She doesn't
time?
really have time to,
Well, it's just a matter of asking the dates.
Then it's a
Right.
matter of 2 days between the next Board of Works.
well, I know
meeting.
some city councils actually do kind of FaceTime with
Mm-hmm.
with the actual council members. So I would think that if they could do that, we could call her and ask her a question.
Okay. Let's come back around to that.
Okay.
And, well, I don't think it'll be a problem to take that off the table. But we'll just save that till the end, give her a call. Since we've already passed it now. Let's see, where were we? I believe we are with Vincent Edmonds. Would you like to speak to us about your proposal? No, thank you.
So my partner, Dr. Austina Reed, and I are really honored to make this request. We are asking if we can close 5th Street on Easter Sunday from the hours of 1 o'clock until about 6 p.m. And the purpose of our request is for an Easter parade. And so as some of you may know, ACES Plus, the company that we've started here in Peru about 2 years now, we've been working with the YMCA and a substance abuse prevention grant, and we have been hosting a series of focus groups over the last month, and we have 5 more focus groups that we'll be hosting between now and June 30th. And so some of the young people, especially, that we have been talking with want to get involved. They want to get involved in some events in the city that they can stake their own hat on and their own claim and be a part of. And so we have been quietly planning with about 20 residents and these students an event that we think would bring a lot of enjoyment, really, to all the participants. And so an Easter parade of this magnitude is not one that people would go to the curb and watch floats go by. It's the kind of event that the people are the parade. And so we'd like to be able to parade around Courthouse Square, have a host of entertainment, DJs, bands, food vendors, that people could just come out and enjoy during that time period. We did make a presentation to the county commissioners last week, and they unanimously voted to allow us to use the Courthouse Square as well as Courthouse Street.
Okay.
And so we are here just trying to understand the process that we would need to go through to request that 5th Street be included in our celebration on Easter Sunday.
Gotcha. And it's on Easter Sunday,
It would be on Easter Sunday,
and it would be from 2 p.m. to 5:30?
yes.
Okay.
So we probably would want to block off the streets a little bit earlier, and then give us a little time to, clean up and things after our event.
Right. How long do you guys think you'll need for our setup?
He said 1 to 6.
Yeah,
Oh,
1 to 6, I
6.
think,
Oh, okay.
would do well
Gotcha.
for us.
Okay. Well, that's a really unique idea. I like that. I love the pictures on the front, your handout. That looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else want to ask any questions or?
Well, I got the privilege of talking to him yesterday about it.
You know?
Yeah, we had a good time.
And so, what other events are going to be part of the, besides the actual like walking around the courthouse square? You guys going to have like some booths and stuff, or?
We'll definitely have opportunities for other agencies and organizations that are focused on substance abuse prevention or treatment to be able to share their literature, their materials. And what we are really excited about is a challenge. So we'd like to ask all of Miami County residents to be a part of a substance abuse challenge where they would pledge to give up something that is taken in excess, whether that's tobacco or sugar or alcohol, mostly just to create an awareness. And we are calling this movement More for Miami, but to create an awareness that the county cares about you and that we can provide resources for you if you need that.
Awesome.
But it starts with you, and it starts with you making a pledge to yourself.
Have you guys met Antonia Sawyer?
Yes, Antonia is one of the residents that's a part of this planning.
Awesome.
Couldn't do it
Good.
without her.
Yeah.
Sure.
I say it sounds like it's something right up her alley. So,
Yeah. Well, not only do we have Antonia participating, but we have her son, Addison, who's about 14.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's awesome. Chief, either one of our safety office, public safety chiefs here have any input or concerns?
So the only two roads are 5th and Court then, right? Not Main or Broadway, is that correct?
Not this year.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, I don't have any concerns. So.
Mhm.
Good to go. Great idea.
Would we get any assistance in actually blocking off the streets? I'm not sure what that...
Traffic department would drop off the barricades.
Okay.
And I'm not sure exactly when they would drop them off, if they would drop them off Sunday or the day before in the area. That might be something where you'd have to pull the barricades, but they'd be in the area, the general area, and then put them back after you're done to open the roads back up.
Okay.
Yeah, and I know Chief Bessner typically I mentioned having people there so they could pull them.
Yeah, just in case there's emergency there, if we just
We
got
welcome
someone to move the barricades so ambulances and fire trucks can get through.
Sure.
And then typically down the center of the street, we leave that open for fire apparatus or EMS.
Okay.
So the whole street, I mean, I know that we've got people walking on it, but we need to be able to drive an emergency vehicle down there.
Not a problem.
So, yep.
Yeah. Do we have very much increased traffic on Easter Sunday typically in town?
I don't believe so.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay,
Typical Sunday traffic.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Just the church traffic.
okay.
Or the electricity, or you guys?
Oh, yeah, I did forgot about that. I see on here, the event will also need the use of electricity and parking?
I think we have both of those covered with the courthouse
Okay,
building itself and the commissioners, but I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, they have power around the building. There's certain light poles have receptacles on them.
okay.
yeah, and if it was the other power boxes that like the Circus City uses, I don't know.
There's none of those on Fifth of Court.
Oh, okay. Okay,
You might want to, prior to this, just go plug something into the ones that they have around the courthouse just to make sure. Because last time I went to the commissioners here a month and a half ago, about our second Saturday, they had given us permission to use that power as well. And they thought that all of them were working, but just for, if you know exactly where you're going to be set up, it might be worth going and plugging something in just to verify that they are working.
Okay, we'll do.
Great tip.
okay. Have we covered everything, or?
Why did you guys choose Easter Sunday to hold this event?
We had a couple of residents who were pretty vocal. We were certainly considering sort of piggybacking on the Easter egg hunt at McConaughey Park. And we had a few residents that were just very vocal to the point that Easter Sunday is the day to do something like this in Peru. And so after church hours, it was strongly advocated that we consider. And so our planning team unanimously voted that Easter Sunday would be our time.
And if we can be helpful, we love the idea. We know how successful the Easter egg hunt is. And if we can get to a point that this is an annual, there's a parade, then it would be very cool to have a weekend of Easter activities
Right,
that draw
yeah.
in from not only Miami County residents, but surrounding counties as well to celebrate with us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Holidays.
Kent Workman has been a big part of planning the Easter egg hunts too. I mean, he was last year.
We've got a call into him, and so we're hoping that we can use the Easter egg hunt as a way to also advertise the Easter parade.
Yeah.
And then we're definitely hoping that we can use the Easter parade to promote Second Saturdays.
Oh, awesome.
So
Yeah.
just
And
keeping
work
people
that
in the
couple
loop,
Yeah.
keeping people in the loop about things that are going
Right.
on in town.
Yeah.
That's healthy and good for us.
You might want to get a hold of the chamber too. They have a community calendar that they put out, and they might be able to put something on there for this event.
Okay?
I mean, because this is obviously fall right into tourism and everything else, so I would think you might be able to get Katie Chitter and be able to help you out with something on that.
Okay. She's been a part of our planning as well, so
Okay.
I think that'll happen.
Is there any other questions from the public? Any questions from the board? Any other comments? All right, well,
Thanks.
thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do I have a motion to accept the road closure request by Vincent Edmonds?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. Thank you, guys. Next, we have a road closure request from Chief Meeks.
I think I provided you a flyer. Hopefully you got a copy of that. But as you all know, we started up our canine program last year. We got our 2 dogs up and rolling back in July of this past year. Our canine officers have been extremely aggressive with trying to promote the canine program. And through that and needing our canines, we have costs and expenses that we have. And one thing they want to do is try to keep that cost down from the city of Peru to have to incur all those costs for whether it's sending our dogs to our canine Olympics, or just basically their routine visits to the vet, or any kind of cost maybe for dog food. So what they have planned, they wanted to try to do some type of annual event. Last year was just we tried to raise funds to get the dogs, and that was a porta pit barbecue. This year they've come up with an idea of a fundraiser for a car show, and they wanted to do that right over here beside City Hall on 3rd Street. So the request was to see whether or not we could get 3rd Street blocked off from Broadway to Wabash Street between the hours of, looks like from 10:30 in the morning to about 8 o'clock. I'm sorry, let's go 10 o'clock a.m. to 9 p.m. on that day.
Okay.
That's it.
We're gonna have a car show and,
I think there'll be some food as well. That'll be, I don't know if the flyer actually included that or not, but I think they were going to have a grill of some sort rolling, just for some food and some, I don't know if they're going to have any kind of entertainment, but at least the car show for sure, so.
awesome.
And that's our second Saturday as well.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay, will that interfere? Will that cause any
No,
issues
actually,
with that
just,
street or anything?
Add to it. It's
Okay.
even better.
Very good.
Yeah, nice.
It always
Yeah.
starts from 5 to 9, so if you guys are
Outstanding.
still going on, then
Okay, good deal.
Yeah, awesome. Well, then you're gonna be able to get a lot of, hopefully, foot traffic and free advertising
Yeah.
around that day.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. Is there any questions from, is there any questions from the board first? Is there any questions from the public?
Do you have a sponsor yet?
We do not. For Tribune wanting to?
I doubt it.
Okay, just checking.
I think they could write a nice article and ask for one, though.
Bingo. Bingo.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Do you have any concerns about this?
No, I think we're good.
Gotcha.
And we'll keep a lane, chief. We'll keep a lane. We got it.
I have no
Gotcha.
concerns.
Gotcha, thank you. All right. If there's no other questions or comments, then do I have a motion to accept the road closure request by Chief Meeks?
So moved.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Next, we have the Circus City Festival's road closure request. Do have our letter here. I think that from looking at the letter, it looks like all the dates and times are in. Correct? I won't suffer through trying to read all of them again. Yes, Dave, are you associated with the?
I'm not anymore, but I was for 25 years,
Okay,
so, and I ran downtown for 7 of it, so
gotcha.
I know most of it if you've got a question.
Gotcha.
The other thing that I might add, Gabe, is Kevin Gallahan and Dave Weeks
Mhm.
have been instrumental. You know, I've been chief now going on my 8th year, and they do a really good job, and we always have a pre-meeting at the fire station so that EMA, PD, fire, EMS, so we have a pre-meeting on the logistics, but they do such a good job downtown. I really have no concerns. They understand the fire lane, and they do a good job of keeping that open, and in the PD, working with them to help police that. So
Yep.
on my end, I have no concerns.
Yeah, yeah, it's a pretty veteran group of characters doing this that I think know what they're doing, have done it many years and work together well. I know looking at I think last year we had some dates or times switch, but looking through the dates and times and everything, I think everything looks correct on here.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't you do a resolution to just automatically accept this every year?
No, that was, the farmer's market.
Farmer's market, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there any questions from the public? Any? Yeah.
What are the dates?
Yeah, the dates are from Sunday, July 16th, 6 a.m., and then it will close up Sunday, July 23rd, 6 a.m.
That's just the road closure part.
Yeah, the road closures is what they're requesting there. And then I think there might be some other festivities.
There's shows on Friday and Saturday. and
Gotcha.
Sunday.
Yeah. But the road closures aren't during that time?
Correct.
Okay. And then, is the parade separate? Is the parade a separate request, or?
Yes, normally. 'Cause
Gotcha.
it's a separate arm of the board.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. But yeah, I did Circus Week this year is from July 15th through July 22nd, 2017. 58th Annual Circus City Festival. Is there any other questions or concerns from the board, from the public? All right. Motion to accept Circuit City Festival's request for road closures would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, the motion passes. Is there anything else to come before the board?
Okay.
Are we going to revisit?
Oh, yeah, that's right, I'm sorry. We'll go back to Jade. Do you want to go ahead and is that something that you could even just ask her specific for times, or?
I can. I didn't know whether you wanted me to take it out in the hallway or just talk to her.
However, which be smoothest and easiest, whatever you think. I'm easy.
Hello. Hi, is this Jade? Oh, okay. Thank you.
They gave you the wrong number.
She said, no, Jade's not here right now. But I texted her and said, can I call you and put you on speaker? And she said, sure.
Uh,
No, did I give you the, here, hold on, put in some,
so you called her cell phone, or did you call the Smitty's?
oh, here we go, this one, I called Smitty's.
There's no such thing as what's the smoothest, easiest way.
Set the phone right here.
Maybe
Yeah.
this is why you don't do it during a meeting. Hi, Jade. Hi, this is Tish. I am going to put you on speakerphone, that way you can talk to the mayor and the Board of Works about questions they have for your request. Okay.
All right, since we do have Jade on the phone, I'm going to go ahead and ask for a motion to remove Jade's request from the table.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Jade, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. We just had some questions about the request as far as timing on that. I know last year there was some issue with when the tent company could pick up the tent, and I believe last year we gave you till Monday morning.
Hold on, Joseph. I can't hear you too well. It's really quiet.
Okay.
Put your phone up here.
Yeah. Can you get a better phone, too?
Is that better?
Can you hear me now, Jade?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Okay. I believe last year, same time with this request, there was an issue with when the company could pick up the tent, and we gave you till Monday because the tent, you couldn't take the tent down before the company came on Monday.
Right.
Is that still the case this year?
Yes, they'll be there at like 8 a.m. on Monday.
8 a.m. on Monday?
So, yeah.
Okay. So,
They're closed on Sunday.
okay. So as far as the road closure, would you say that you're going to need the road closed, what time on the 17th?
On the 17th,
I believe that's
I usually have them out there about
do I have the right date?
Yeah, 17th to the 18th.
Okay.
It's this one.
Oh, I keep on missing it because, yeah. I'm sorry, Jay, could you repeat that?
Yeah, the company usually comes out, they give you like kind of a window, but I tell them not to get there before, say about 11 or 12 o'clock.
Okay. So let's say 11 on the 17th, 11 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Monday? Does that sound like that would be reasonable?
Yep, that will work.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Jade.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Okay. So we have some clarification on that. Is there any questions, I guess, from the board on that? Chief, either of our chiefs here, any issues or concerns there?
I was just pulling up the calendar, so they're actually going to be tied up in the 17th, 18th, 19th, which is Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
and the 20th.
Yeah, and then even into the 20th,
Yeah.
because of the timing with getting it with the company there. Are you comfortable with that?
Yeah, we've done that before, and I think they're going to request the same thing during Circus Week as well. They've done it the last few years, and we haven't had any issues.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Is there any other comments or concerns from the board? Questions? Anything from the public on that? All right. So do I have a motion to accept Jade Hodson's request for the street closure?
So that would be the 17th at 11 through the 20th at 9 a.m.?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do I have a motion to
Oh,
reflect that?
so moved, yes.
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. The motion passes. Is there anything else? All right. Seeing nothing, a motion to adjourn would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. All right.